9 Worst Breakfasts for Diabetics to Avoid at All Costs. We've always been taught that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But did you know that making the wrong breakfast choices is like setting off a sugar bomb in your body? A recent study revealed that 35% of diabetics unintentionally make mistakes with their morning plates, thinking they're healthy options. And this could ruin everything. These choices can cause blood sugar levels to spike dramatically and harm your cardiovascular health. It sounds unbelievable, but you'll be shocked to learn that some of these foods are probably staples in your own kitchen. In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind these 9 dangerous breakfast foods and explain why they could send your health into a downward spiral. If you want to start your day on a safer note, stick around to discover all these critical mistakes. Number 1. Breakfast cereals, the sweet betrayer on your table. Breakfast cereals are a lifesaver for busy mornings, but don't let their healthy appearance fool you. In reality, you might be starting your day with a bowl of chemical sugar rather than the nutritious breakfast promised in ads. Let me give you an example. Kellogg's Raisin Bran, marketed as Heart Healthy, contains a whopping 18 g of sugar per serving. That's the equivalent of 4 teaspoons of sugar. A study by the Environmental Working Group even revealed that 1 cup of breakfast cereal can contain more sugar than 3 chocolate chip cookies. Alarming, isn't it? And it doesn't stop there. Many cereals are loaded with artificial colors and flavors to make them look more appealing. These additives not only trigger allergies but also increase hyperactivity in sensitive children. It's like feeding kids candy for breakfast and expecting them to stay healthy. Nutritionally, most cereals are nothing more than empty calories from sugar and refined starches. The result? Rapid blood sugar spikes, increased risk of obesity, and added stress on the body, particularly dangerous for diabetics. The solution? Be vigilant with your choices. Read nutrition labels carefully, and opt for whole grain cereals with less than 5 g of sugar per serving. Or, try alternatives like steel-cut oats, chia seeds mixed with nut milk, or fresh fruit paired with unsweetened yogurt. Number 2, pancakes and waffles, the double-agent sweethearts of breakfast. Let's be honest, are you a fan of those soft, fluffy pancakes or golden waffles drenched in syrup? Sounds tempting, right? But if you're dealing with diabetes or trying to manage your blood sugar, these treats are basically your express ticket to danger. Pancakes and waffles, while delicious, are typically made from refined flour, a form of carbohydrate that's quickly absorbed by your body. This causes your blood sugar to spike like a roller coaster, only to plummet soon after. On top of that, the sweet syrups you pour over them can contain 20-30 g of sugar per serving. That's like having a soda for breakfast. Sound familiar? But here's a secret, not all pancakes and waffles are your enemy. The trick lies in the ingredients you choose. Instead of refined flour, try making pancakes with oat flour or even almond flour. They're rich in fiber and help keep your blood sugar levels stable. As for the syrup, you can switch to healthier toppings like fresh berries, almond butter, or just a little drizzle of raw honey, enough to tantalize your taste buds without spiking your blood sugar. You see, you can totally enjoy pancakes or waffles without feeling guilty. Number 3, breakfast bars, the compact trap in your bag. Who doesn't love the convenience of a breakfast bar? You just open the package, take a bite, and feel like you're fueling up for the day ahead. But here's the hard truth, most breakfast bars are nowhere near as healthy as you might think. First, let's talk sugar content. The average breakfast bar contains 12-15 g of sugar, and some even hit 20 g, that's nearly as much sugar as a donut. This means you're loading your body with enough sugar to send your blood sugar soaring, which is like adding fuel to a fire. And it doesn't stop there. Many breakfast bars are made with refined carbohydrates and hydrogenated oils. These ingredients not only increase the risk of insulin resistance but also leave you feeling hungry within an hour. Don't be fooled by claims like high in protein or rich in fiber. Some products contain only minimal amounts of fiber and protein, which aren't enough to offset the sugar impact. But if you can't resist the convenience of breakfast bars, I've got a solution for you. Look for bars with fewer than 5 g of sugar, at least 4 g of fiber, and protein from natural sources like almonds, oats, or chia seeds. Even better, you can make your own at home by mixing oats, peanut butter, and a bit of raw honey. Number 4, processed meats, the assassin in disguise, in your breakfast. A familiar choice for your mornings, but did you know that each sandwich could be a risk package wrapped in bread? Let's talk about processed meats, the main ingredient in those breakfast sandwiches. Meats like sausages, ham, and deli meats are often high in sodium and preservatives like nitrates. A single serving of processed meat can contain up to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, which is more than half the daily recommended intake. Too much sodium not only harms your blood pressure but also increases your risk of heart disease and causes water retention, definitely not the way anyone wants to start their day. What's more, the nitrates in processed meats can turn into cancer-causing compounds when exposed to high temperatures. Even scarier, research has shown that consuming 50 g of processed meat daily, roughly the amount in one small sandwich, can increase your risk of type 2 diabetes by 18%. So what about the bread? If you're opting for white bread, you're adding another risk factor. White bread is made from refined starches, lacking fiber, and causing blood sugar spikes. But don't worry, you can still make your sandwich a healthier breakfast. Try swapping processed meats for grilled chicken, smoked salmon, or even marinated tofu. Switch the white bread for whole wheat or whole grain bread to add fiber. You see, not all sandwiches are your enemy. Number 5, freshly juiced fruit, vitamin drink or liquid sugar. You might think that a glass of freshly squeezed juice in the morning is the perfect way to fuel up. Sounds reasonable, but when it comes to blood sugar, it's not as ideal as you might think. The biggest issue lies in the natural sugars in fruit. When you juice fruit, you completely remove the fiber, the component that slows down sugar absorption. The result? A glass of juice can contain 20-30 g of sugar, which is equivalent to a can of soda. For example, a glass of fresh orange juice, about 250 milliliters, contains over 21 g of sugar, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. And for someone with diabetes, this is like setting off a red alert in the body. Moreover, even though juice is called fresh, its calorie content is actually empty. You'll feel hungry faster, leading you to eat more, inadvertently sabotaging your weight or blood sugar management plans. But don't worry, you can still enjoy fruit. Instead of juicing, try eating the whole fruit. The fiber in fruit not only keeps you full longer but also helps control blood sugar levels. If you still crave a drink, try making a smoothie with low-carb veggies like celery and cucumber, adding just a little fruit to naturally sweeten it. Remember, a glass of fruit juice can quickly become a liquid sugar bomb if you're not careful. Choose smarter drinking options. Number 6, bagels and cream cheese, the circle of risk for breakfast. A warm bagel topped with creamy cream cheese, a classic combination that many can't resist. But if you're trying to keep your blood sugar stable or manage your weight, this meal carries some hidden risks. Let's start with the bagel. Although it seems small, an average bagel actually contains the same amount of carbohydrates as 4 slices of white bread. It's made entirely from refined flour. And what about the cream cheese? It may seem harmless, but in reality, it's low in protein and high in saturated fat, something the American Heart Association recommends limiting, especially for those with diabetes or heart disease risks. Additionally, each little serving of cream cheese adds significant hidden calories that you might not even notice. Bagels and cream cheese also lack an important element, real nutrition. No vitamins, no meaningful minerals. This meal is nothing more than a source of empty calories, putting more strain on your body than offering any benefits. Instead, you could swap the white bagel for whole grain bread and spread a layer of nut butter or low-fat cottage cheese to boost your protein and fiber intake. Number 7, sweetened yogurt, the sweet tooth that plays the long game. The one you think could never go wrong. But the truth? Don't let the smiling strawberries on the packaging fool you. Inside, there might be a whole lot of sugar. Let's start with an eye-opening number. A typical fruit-flavored yogurt contains 20-25 g of sugar, which is equivalent to eating 5 chocolate chip cookies for breakfast. Sounds crazy, right? But you can actually turn a nutritious breakfast into a sugar shot that causes your blood sugar to spike. It's like a comedy show where you're the punchline. So why so much sugar? Manufacturers often sweet-talk you with phrases like natural flavor or real fruit. But the truth is, the amount of fruit in there is so small you'd need a microscope to find it, while the sugar is abundant enough to circle the globe. The issue doesn't stop at the sugar content. When they add flavorings and sugar, they inadvertently reduce the benefits of probiotics, the beneficial bacteria you're hoping for to keep your digestive system healthy. Instead of boosting immunity, you end up with a trick. But don't worry, if you're a yogurt fan, opt for plain Greek yogurt and add in your own choices. Blueberries, chia seeds, or just a little bit of raw honey. You can turn each cup of yogurt into a nutritional masterpiece without worrying about the hidden sugar army. Number 8, sugary pastries, breakfast or disguised dessert. Who isn't tempted by a buttery, soft croissant or a sweet pastry covered in cream and sugar? But be careful. Pastries, especially muffins, donuts, or danishes, often pack an alarming amount of sugar and refined flour, two things you definitely want to steer clear of. An average muffin can contain 30-40 g of carbohydrates and about 20 g of sugar, which is the same as drinking a can of soda first thing in the morning. Not so sweet after all, right? What's worse, the sugar in pastries can easily lead to the eat more cycle. Refined sugar and flour are quickly digested, leaving you feeling hungry and craving more within an hour after eating. A study from Harvard University found that those who regularly eat sweet pastries for breakfast are 32% more likely to gain weight and develop type 2 diabetes than those who choose lower sugar foods. But it doesn't stop there. Pastries are often enhanced with saturated fats from butter and shortening, which clog your arteries and make your heart work harder. But if you still want to indulge in pastries, don't worry, I've got healthier alternatives for you. Try making pastries with oat flour or almond flour, cut down on the sugar, and add berries or cinnamon for natural sweetness. A homemade muffin made with healthy ingredients can deliver a delicious taste without putting your body on high alert. Number 9, store-bought muffins, small cake, big trouble. They're always irresistibly tempting, convenient, delicious, and attractively packaged. But behind that sweet exterior lies a not-so-pleasant reality. Let's start with the numbers. A typical store-bought muffin contains around 400 to 500 calories, with 35-40 g of carbohydrates and 20-25 g of sugar, nearly the same amount of sugar as in 2 cans of soda. Most of the calories come from added sugar and refined flour, causing a blood sugar spike just minutes after eating. But that's not all. Muffins are often enhanced with preservatives, artificial flavorings, and trans fats to extend shelf life. These are harmful ingredients. But that doesn't mean you have to give up muffins. You can totally make this small treat into a healthier option by making them at home. First, replace refined flour with oat flour or almond flour to boost fiber and lower the glycemic index. Instead of refined sugar, you can sweeten naturally with mashed ripe bananas, applesauce, or pumpkin. These provide added vitamins and important minerals. For healthy fats, try adding walnuts, chia seeds, or a little almond butter. And don't forget, a little cinnamon or natural vanilla not only enhances the flavor but also helps with blood sugar control. By making muffins at home, you have full control over the ingredients, ensuring that the treat is both delicious and safe for your health. So, don't rush to the bakery just yet.